sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the beast. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the beast. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the beast. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the beast. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the beast. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of That's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the beast. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the beast. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the beast. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the beast. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the beast. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the beast. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the beast. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the beast. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the beast. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the beast. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the beast. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the beast. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the beast. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound
What's happening? What's happening? What's up, AMC fans? I am Will Packer, one of the producers of Ride Along. I'm so excited to be here at the AMC River East in Chi-Town, Chicago, Illinois. We are here for an exclusive live streaming event for our new film. We're going to get started. I'm going to start with a couple of questions, then we're going to go to questions from our online audience as well as audience members here in Chicago and the 9 other AMC theaters across the country. So, if you're joining us online or in one of our theaters, tweet your questions. Here's what you got to do. You got to tweet using hashtag ShareAMC and hashtag Ride Along. Hashtag ShareAMC, hashtag Ride Along. I'm going to take questions from you. We're going live. All right. First and foremost, though, it's not just me. I brought some of my friends all the way from the West Coast. Chicago, y'all ready? Help me welcome Ice Cube and Kevin Hart!
What's up? What's up?
How y'all feeling?
Check. What's going on, Chicago?
Oh, yay,
what's up?
yay.
What's up?
Good to see everybody.
Oh, so much love in this room. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Did y'all enjoy the movie? Y'all like the movie? Did y'all like it? That's good. They said they liked the movie.
A lot of love,
Yo,
a lot of
it's
love, fellas.
I knew Chicago would love it. That's why we here. You know, I knew they would love it.
Yes. So check it, fellas. We're going to jump right into it. We got Chicago here. We're going to take questions here. We got people live streaming online. We got 9 other cities around the country. First up, this one is from Shaniqua from Atlanta. She wants to know, for both of you all, Shaniqua.
Okay.
What was more fun, filming the movie or this promoting the movie?
I like filming the movie. You know, we had a lot of fun every day, going in, you know, hanging out with Kevin Hart for 12 hours a day. You know, he's a real funny dude. You know, he can make the crew laugh, make the camera laugh. He's always on, one of the most polished comedians of our time, and it was a pleasure to work with him.
Thank you, Q. Man, that's very nice of you, sir. I think that's a trick question, man, because, you know, it's definitely fun filming a movie, but at the end of the day, once you see your final product, you want to go out and make everyone aware of it. So I kind of got to go with promoting because for me, getting out to reach and touch my fans and really get you guys to embrace what it is that I'm doing and the hard work that me and Cube are putting in, that's what promoting is about. So I gotta go with promoting, man. I like getting out and going to things like this, popping up, doing these live streams, giving people just a chance to see what we're doing and talk to y'all and physically be in your face. I'm going promoting.
All right. Next question. This is from Bayland from Oakland, California. She wants to know, what was it like behind the scenes of this movie, and what was it like working together? What was the chemistry like?
It was crazy behind the scenes. You know, we get our work done, but we have a lot of fun. I try to make sure the sets are loose and everybody is just focused on laughing, having fun, and producing a great comedy. So I think we'll definitely do it again, especially if y'all, you know, like the movie and y'all want to see a part 2.
What y'all think? Ride Along Part 2? Should we make a sequel, y'all? What you think?
You know what, man? We had a ball. We had a ball filming. I mean, me and Q, we have great chemistry. As you can see on camera, we got along well. And I think the good thing about it is we both had the same agenda. You know, we both wanted to make a great film. And Q really was, he was really adamant about making sure that we had a comedy that was unique. Because a lot of buddy comedies have been done. You know, when you think about these buddy cop comedies, you got Rush Hour, you got Bad Boys, you got Lethal Weapon, you got 48 Hours, and these are great movies. His whole goal was to make sure that we were a part of that conversation. So even though we had so much fun and our chemistry was great, I think that we accomplished our ultimate goal, which was to make a great buddy cop film that everybody can see. So with that being said, goddamn it, January 17th, make sure y'all go see this movie so we can get to this part 2, please.
Absolutely. We're live online right now. Don't forget, hashtag ShareAMC, hashtag Ride Along. We are live in Chicago at the AMC Riverwalk. Cube, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
You have worked with some of the top comedians out there. Your status is legendary when it comes. It's almost like if they work with you, then they're official. I'm talking Mike Epps. I'm talking Cat Williams. I'm talking John Witherspoon. I'm talking Don D.C. Curry. What is it? What is it about working with you, and what is it that you enjoy about working with Comedic Talents?
Well, I'm a fan, for one thing. You know, I've been a fan of everybody I've worked with. So I just think I see a talent in a lot of these guys that Hollywood miss. And some of these guys are underused, and you know, I'll always be chomping at the bits. I'm like, damn, they missed the opportunity. I can't wait to work with this dude or that dude, because I know when I work with them, I'm gonna let them get busy. You know, I don't get in the comedian's way. I let them do their thing. You know what I mean? I play off of it, and it's just magic.
Now,
Yay!
Now, Kev, we shot the movie in Atlanta, right?
Yes.
And I remember there was a lot of improv going on set. And
Yes.
you would throw a lot of stuff out there. You would throw curveballs, and you would catch the whole crew off guard. And you would have all of us, the cameramen, me, the director, everybody behind the scenes laughing because you would come with something that nobody was ready for. Were you ever able to break Cube?
No, Cube never broke one time, man. Pissed me off a little bit. I didn't like it. I didn't like the fact that he never laughed, man. You know, when the cameras weren't rolling, we laughed. We had a good time. But when he said action, Cube was straight in character and never broke character. And there was some times where I got mad because I broke from my own character. That's what pissed me off. And I'm trying to do things above and beyond that's just going to catch people off and keep it fresh. You know, just keep coming with different types of improvisation so we can have different options for different takes. But Cube's a professional, man. He's used to it. I mean, shit, when you think about it, he's got Tucker, Mike Epps, Cat Williams, you know, Don D.C. Curry, some more, Ricky Smiley. The names go on and on. So he's well versed in comedy. So I think he's seen a lot of the guys that I like to call some of my favorites. He's seen them go as hard as anybody else. So I don't see why he wouldn't be able to keep a straight face with me.
Now, we're in the midst of a multi-city promotional tour.
Yes.
We started in L.A., we went to Dallas, went to Atlanta, went to Miami, Philly, of course, your hometown, and now we're here in Chicago. Jenna from Philadelphia has been following us online. A lot of people have been following you guys and watching the tweets and the Instagram. Jenna wants to know, what was the funniest moment behind the scenes on this promo tour?
Funniest moment behind the scenes? I'm gonna have to go when this old guy saw Cube and got excited, but he couldn't say no words. We was coming out of the radio station and he just kept cussing. He said, "Shit, motherfucker! Oh shit! Oh, you got to be fucking shitting! What the mother? Oh shit! Oh, you cold as ice, motherfucker! Oh." He didn't know what to say. He had nothing to say. He just kept cussing. It came off real angry, though, at a certain point. That was the funniest moment for me. I don't know. What was your funniest one? Shit, motherfucker!
I don't know. I think doing that thing with Conan, man. You know, we did this thing with Conan. And,
How many people saw that?
We clown with Conan, and it was fun. You know, we had some fun with that.
We had a ball with Conan.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, we got another question from online, and I'm going to get some from Chicago. Get them ready, y'all. Andrea, she wants to know about you guys being dads. Are you funny daddies to your kids, or do they think you're corny when you try?
What? Come on now. Andrea, you know my kids don't think I'm corny now. You know what I mean? I bust my kids up. You know what I mean? I'm the funniest dude in the room with my kids, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I got that. No problem.
Yeah, I'm definitely, I'm Superman to my kids. Mainly because I lie to my babies. I tell them I got superpowers. I tell my baby all types of stuff. I tell them I can fly. I only do it at nighttime. I told them that I'm the fastest man in the world. I do stuff that's magic, but not really, just because they're not smart enough to understand the tricks that I'm doing. I'm a fun dad, man. I love being a dad. I love the fact that my kids understand not only who their dad is, but what their dad does. It just makes it that much better for me. So definitely a fun dad, not a dork at all.
We're going to take some questions from the audience. Raise your hand if you got a question from the audience. I'm going to point to you, yell it out, and then I'm going to repeat it for our online audience.
That's not going to go good.
Right there at the front.
Yeah, you know, that's up to the director. That's up to the director, Tim Story. You know, I think he was trying to sneak it in there once or twice.
Wait, did he just tell you to say "fuck the police"?
That's what he said. He wanted to hear it in the background of the movie.
No, sir, it's a PG-13 movie. No, no, he is the police. No, man.
Right up there.
Hi, Ice Cube. My sister loves you so much, but she couldn't be here today. So if you could say, hi, Marlene, I love you, that would make her life.
Hi, Marlene, I love you. Wish you could be here. You know what I mean? You got a cool sister for doing that for you.
I got a question here online. At Abdu Basha from Kansas. Kevin, she wants to know, how is Cube in real life? Is he intimidating?
First of all, there's no way that at Abdu Basha is from Kansas. That's the first thing. So I'm definitely confused by that. Second of all, yo, Cube, man, Cube's a good dude, man. You know, I don't want to mess up his mystique too much because, you know, people have this certain idea of what he is because of his profile. But I can honestly say I know him, and the guy that I know, not only am I a fan of, I can call a friend, and I'm happy to not only have worked with him, but, you know, to have built the rapport that we have. But I'm not gonna tell you, guy, that Cube is a softie. He's a hugger. Cube hugged me today for no reason at all.
You a damn lie.
You did. You said.
You a damn lie.
You said, I love you, Kevin. And he gave me a hug. And I was like, Cube, that's cool, man. That's cool, man. And then he was like, you know what? I never really meant it when I said fuck the police. He said, they're nice people. Like he just confided in me, and it was real good to get that moment out.
Lying ass Kevin Hart, y'all.
Let's go back to the audience. Where you at?
Right here.
All right, go ahead.
Stand up. I'm the biggest dude in here. First of all, I love the movie. We love the movie. It's right up there with Bad Boys and everything else. You guys got a good franchise going, so I appreciate what y'all did with this movie. It was action, comedy, and all. That being said, with the sequel, how you guys gonna catch the same kind of flair like y'all did with this one, with the second one? Because that's gonna be very important. I'm looking forward to that.
Don't worry about nothing, baby. We professionals. We definitely gonna give it to you. And look, let me tell you something. When we do the sequel, we're not gonna be borrowing jokes from the first one. We're gonna have some brand new jokes for the sequel. So, you know, we're gonna do a whole new movie that's gonna be fresh and fly. Don't worry about it.
But understand something, people. We can't talk about part 2 if part 1 don't do what it's supposed to. So January 17th, do your part, man. Go out, support this film. Honestly,
tell your
spread
friends.
the word. Tell everybody how good it is.
Absolutely. All right, we got a couple more. At Creatively Cute in Chicago wants to know for you guys, did you do your own stunts?
No.
I did my own stunts, but Kevin didn't do nothing.
You a liar.
Kevin didn't do nothing.
Let me tell y'all something about Cube, right? Cube, right? This is the first day when we're doing all the action stuff. Cube was tough as hell. He was in action star mode. He's like, no, I don't need the stuntman. I'm gonna go and handle it myself. Cube got thrown up against that wall one time, right? I came back. Cube was sitting in the chair drinking hot coffee, right? I said, Cube, what you doing? I thought you was doing the stunts. He said, damned if I am. That shit hurt my back. I did the first stunt. You know where I hit my head on the table and passed myself out? That's all Kevin Hart right there. And they cut the one out. I don't know why. Why they cut the one out where I walked through fire? Remember that one where Cube?
I don't remember that one.
Yes, you do. The explosion. The explosion. And I came through and I was like, they're on a ride along. Remember? It's slow motion. I come through. Oh no, we gotta get the baby out the building. I'm a stunt guy.
All right, one more from the audience.
This for the producer, Will Packer. Hey,
Yeah.
I would like to know for this movie, how do you come about getting the stars of this show? How do you pick the people for the cast? That's what I want to say.
Well, I'll tell you exactly how this came together. It really was a producer's dream. So Ice Cube actually had this script. He and his company, Cube Vision, had this script, and they'd been working on it for a while. and they needed to find that comedian to be in there, to be in the car with Ice Cube. They sent the script to me. I read it, loved it. I had just finished Think Like a Man with director Tim Story and with Kevin. So I sent it to Tim, and I said, Tim, I love this script. We got Ice Cube. What do you think if we take this to Kevin and we all work together again and we put Kevin and Cube together in this movie? Of course, Tim shot Barbershop right here in Chicago.
Yeah.
That was his first
Chi-Town
movie.
Barbershop 2. And
He had done it with Cube, his first movie. We took it to Kevin. Kevin had been wanting to work with Cube for a while, so that's how it works. That's how this thing works in the industry, is that you have relationships, you need the material, you need stars who are open to working together, and for me, it was a producer's dream, and that's exactly how
Excellent
this project
movie,
came
by the way.
together. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Kevin, Dela Cruz 5 from St. Louis wants to know how much of the gamer lingo did you have to learn? Are you a gamer?
Of course I'm a gamer. That's why it wasn't hard for me to actually learn the lingo. I've been gaming for quite some time. Terms like newbie, what my gamer tag is. Q, you don't know nothing about this because it's a different world that you're not involved in. So, sweet, I didn't have to learn much because I'm already engulfed in that world. I'm actually respected in the gamer world. So, my real gamer tag actually is Black Hammer. You guys want to find me, you can. Call of Duty Ghosts. I'm on that Call of Duty Ghosts. I played Call of Duty Ghosts. I didn't watch for 3 days because I couldn't stop playing. I was just in the basement with my drawers on, drinking milk out the carton. True story.
Teleprompter, roll it up. Morgan has a question for Kevin. What do you enjoy more, film roles or stand-up?
I'm a stand-up comedian first, man. As amazing as these movies are, I love stand-up comedy. I love the fact that I can tell jokes and people laugh, and that's my audience. That's my fan base. I control it. So I can't turn my back on what made me. Stand-up comedy is always going to be first for me.
Absolutely. Michael wants to know, for both of you guys, is this the beginning of a beautiful friendship?
Yep.
It might be the beginning of a nightmare. I don't know.
Give me a hug.
Giving you shit. Giving you shit.
Right now.
Giving you shit.
The people online want to see it.
Y'all want to see me give him a hug?
No, don't hit me.
There you go.
It's just like being back on set again. Fellas, what each of you, what was your favorite scene to film?
My
in the
favorite
movie?
scene? My favorite scene was when I smacked the shit out of Cube. That was my favorite scene. Hey, I want to do that take over and over again. You sure we got it, guys? Y'all want to do it again?
My favorite scene when Lawrence Fishburne slammed your ass up against the wall. He was tossing your ass like a salad.
Another question for each of you guys. What is it about the buddy cop genre? What is it about that appeals to an actor?
Just having the chemistry and having, doing it with the right actor and being able to bounce and, feel that dance. It's a rhythm that you get into when you're filming these scenes when you know they right. And, me and Kevin was hitting that rhythm constantly all day, every scene, every take. We hitting that rhythm. So when it's right, it's magic.
I mean, you can't say it better, Q. You got to understand, people. So many have done this. So many people have tried. They've tried to accomplish, great things by doing these buddy cop films. And if you miss, you miss. The ones who have hit, literally, we talk about these movies on a regular basis. You can rerun Rush Hour and Bad Boys so many times. Just watch them over and over again because they never get old. With this particular film, I feel like we have that right now. Like, I've seen this movie almost 14 times now, man. And to see the way that live audiences laugh at it, it's refreshing because it never gets old to me. I'm still laughing at the same things that I was laughing at in the beginning. And that shows me that we have something special on our hands. We really do.
Absolutely. We're wrapping it up here. We got just a couple more. Remember, hashtag share AMC, hashtag ride along. This lady in the front has been really wanting to ask a question. Go ahead, yell it out.
Thank you, sweetie.
She's asking, how many retakes did Kevin have to do because he was clowning?
I don't think we have a number to it. It was so much. It was so much, man. I mean, you know, it's important to get the work done, but at the same time, like Cube said, it was very important that we have a comfortable working environment. And the only way you can do that is to keep smiles on people's faces. So when people look forward to coming to work and they're having a good time at work, you can assure yourself that everybody is putting their best foot forward. And on our set, I can honestly say, from the crew to the catering, to the PAs, to the directors, producers, to the actors, everybody applied, you know, what they can say is 100% of their effort. And it shows in our film because everybody else wanted the same. They all wanted a great project. And when you had that feeling as a whole, you're going to come out with a great project. And we did, man.
Let me ask you guys this, because this was fun. I mean, really. This was really a fun movie to make. I know it was one of the most fun movies that I worked on. And our director, Tim Story, he couldn't be here today, but he probably is watching us. You guys have both worked with Tim separately and now work with him together. What is it about a director like Tim Story that makes a set like this and a movie like this so much fun?
Man, you know, Tim is amazing. He's so easy to work with. You know what I mean? He's open. He wants the actors to find the scene themselves and not really, you know, kind of get in our way. You know what I mean? So Tim has been a dream to work with. You know, I first worked with him on Barbershop, and you know, he was new to the process, but the movie came out so good. He knew what he wanted. Now he's a vet with the process, and he still knows what he wants, and you know, he's just getting better and better, and I can't wait to work with him again, no doubt.
No, man. Tim also knows how to get the best from his actors. You know, like Cube said, it's really important for a director to know what he wants, but also know how to allow his talent to elevate material. And at the same time, make sure you stay within the story. Tim did a really good job of that with me and Cube, of asking for levels, you know. I mean, those takes that you see now, guys, you got to understand, that's one take out of 7 or 8 that were done for each particular scene that are done in different levels. Angry, sad, energetic, some not as energetic. But Tim does that so he has his options. But the way that he communicates and basically says, hey guys, I need this for this, it's never a problem. We never felt overworked. You know, I really love working with Tim. Like Cube said, I can't wait to work with him again.
Guys, this has been absolutely amazing. I want to thank you guys. Give it up. Give them a big hand. Any last thing you guys want to say before we get out of here to the online fans?
Ride along,
Chicago?
man. Listen, everybody watching, everybody in this theater, this is a movie for everybody, all ages, all shapes, all sizes. It's a universal comedy. Spread the word, man. Go support it. January 17th, Ride Along is hitting theaters everywhere. Tell everybody.
Yeah. On behalf of myself, Kevin Hart, Will Packer, thanks for all y'all support over the years. We really appreciate you guys. You know what I mean? And that's why we're here today. We want to show you guys how much we appreciate you here in Chicago and all over the country that's watching. We love y'all. Thanks for y'all support. Go see Ride Along January 17th.
Get your tickets now. AMCtheaters.com. Get your tickets right now. Give it up for one more time, Chicago.
Yes. Be safe, y'all.
Thanks, guys.